always been steadfastly carving her own path in an industry which doesn't really encourage that. She speaks in 5 languages, but she prefers her own company. She's a paradox, she's an enigma. This is the multiple award-winning, supremely talented Tabu, and we're very proud and honored to be talking to her this evening.
For the fantastic introduction. Thank you all for the response.
This session is about acting the text. My question is, when you approach a classic, something that has been read so many times before, something that has been enacted so many times before, is it at all daunting? How do you go about approaching a text?
It's not daunting for me, because I think I haven't read the text. I haven't read Macbeth and Hamlet. I'm not a literature student. But of course, I know that there's huge baggage, I'm sure, for the director and the person who's adapting the book. So I'm going by what's given to me in the script. So I want to justify my character as it's written in the script. And I want to have my own, it's always the fact that I have my own relationship with the character in the script and the way it's given to me. So I haven't gone back to check what it was like in the classic. Also because, I mean, of course you hear people talking about the original and the, text and giving you so many of their own understandings of the character, which are so many that you also don't want to get, caught up in that.
Is that confusing sometimes?
No, because I'm very clear that I'm acting the script and not the book.
The New York Times said about the film that it shouldn't have been called Heather, it should have been called Ghazala.
I was not just expecting that at all.
And I think that says something about your complete powerhouse performance in that, and the fact that you really truly owned the film in a way perhaps that even the title character, the protagonist, did not. But you did have some misgivings about doing that role initially.
Yeah, I just thought it was very odd to be cast as Shahid Kapoor's mother. I think
absolutely no. I mean, really, you look too young to be Shahid Kapoor's mother, and that would look odd on stage. But was that something the director actually wanted to convey?
Yeah, he was very clear. And when you see the film, and then when you see the response that relationship got, then you understand why he was so bent on having me in the film, and which is something that maybe I could not envision. In the beginning when he came to me, but it all fell into place.
Persuade you?
Yeah, he had to a little bit, right. But I knew that the thing is, I don't know if I would have done it if it was any other director either, But I knew that Vishal's sense of characters and the relationships that he brings on screen are so unusual that even a relationship like this he would justify totally. I mean, I'm not at all afraid of doing a film with him, even if there is 2 or 3 scenes, because I know he'll justify my character, and I have that equation with him.
You talk about this, the odd nature of this relationship, and of course any adaptation of Hamlet would have to go into, explore the Oedipal undertones in that mother-son relationship. But there is one scene which for me absolutely stands out in the film. It's where Ghazala is sort of cradling her wounded son in her arms, and she kisses him on the forehead, and then she actually leans forward, and it really is explosive in its intensity, that scene. I'm sure you remember it well.
But I knew that this is a really like you said, explosively emotional scene. It could mean so many things. It could convey so many things. But there was still no commitment to, what anybody was feeling, except the fact that you don't know what's going to happen next. Right. Nobody expects her to go forward to, kiss her son on the lips. I think that was a really strange moment, but a really beautiful moment. And I think it was very beautifully done by Vishal, and by the way it was shot, and in the context that it came in the film.
very few Shakespearean actresses even get to play both Gertrude and Lady Macbeth, and you've done both. And which do you think for you was more challenging as a role?
Heather was challenging in a way that she was actually ambiguous. You didn't know whether she was manipulating or whether she was really innocent, and that she was just, so helpless that she was just, going everywhere. Maqbool, you knew. Maqbool was, I think Maqbool also was 15 years back in my life, and it took a lot from me. It was, I think, one of the firsts and one of the few really intense works that I was doing. I was working with Vishal for the first time. The whole atmosphere of shooting the film was so real and so gritty that it got really into a dark space, Well, Heather also was in a really, really dark space. But both were challenging in their own way. Heather, I still would wonder, does she have an ideology? Does she not have an ideology? What does she want?
What is her motivation?
What is her
for
motivation?
acting the way she does?
And what is her ideology? So I could not get that. But then I don't think it was also important or necessary for her to have an ideology to exist as an interesting or intensely emotional character in the film.
Well, you talk about, of course, choosing a dark role even 15 years ago, but it all started long before that also with Gulzar Saab's Marches, which was perhaps the first truly different role that you did. There you were, a mainstream Bollywood actor at the peak of her career. I mean, Bete Path was a huge hit. And I'm sure you were sort of inundated with offers of similar films at the time and so on. So at that point, what made you sort of step back, take a look at a film like Marches and say, that's something I want to do?
Yeah, so I always sort of wanted to have my own place professionally and in what I was doing. And I wanted to do things my way. And I was waiting for a chance or a platform to do that. And of course, Gulzar Saab was Gulzar Saab, and you've seen his films. And I always felt, wow, that's a space that I'd really like to be in, because I think I'll be very comfortable doing that. Because it was more real. It was a departure from, getting ready in hair and makeup and costume and, doing all of that. But also, you're at an age and stage where you really want to express yourself and really express who you are, your abilities, your talents, or what you think as talent. So you want to do all that, and you want to have an identity of your own, so to say. And I just jumped at the offer because I knew that this is something that will really help me in discovering. I mean, you're not thinking so much at that time. You're not intellectualizing your choices and all of that, because I was really, really young. So, but I knew that this was a fantastic platform for me, and I'll enjoy doing this, and I'll get to do something my way, something that comes easily to me, maybe, I don't know.
I remember you said once that an actor is a director's tool. Is that something you believe even now? Do you go by a director's vision, or do you bring a lot of improvisations of your own to a particular scene? Have you ever improvised dialogue, for instance? Have you felt that something was stilted and unnatural? It didn't feel
Yeah, I think, and also I think all of us have the freedom to do it. Having said that, I believe that it's finally the director's vision, and he has to okay it or not to okay it. I could think whatever I think of a scene, good, bad, great, it's terrible, it's awful, it's funny, it's sad. But if it's there in the script and the director wants it a certain way, I do it, you know. But of course, you bring your own understanding to it.
Right.
Your own inputs. Depends also the director that you're working with. Some directors are just open to whatever you want to do. Like Vishal is like that with me. He's just given me the script and just let me do it. So there it's just, I'm going and doing it my way. Unless he feels that it's going into another direction, then he'll stop you, you know, or he'll let you
Right.
do it.
Yeah.
And then like David Dhawan is like that. He'll just allow his actors to do,
What
just
they
take the scene wherever you want to take it. And Govinda is a master of that. Like it was a pleasure to watch him take an ordinary scene or even less than ordinary scene with really simple ordinary lines and just, you know, magically make something fantastically entertaining out of it that you really want to watch him, you know, and that's a very rare quality. I don't know if I how many others have that.
I'm sure you do, and you have such fine comic timing. Do you ever regret sort of not doing more comedy or not doing more light-hearted films? Do you feel
Actually,
that you've
not
been-
many light-hearted films are made. Not that I'm not doing it. And I don't know if a lot of female actors get parts like those to do, like a BV number one or, you know, something like that. I hope more of such
Did
characters
you ever
are
want
written
to do
for
a BV
women.
number 2, for instance?
I'd love to.
Okay.
I'd love to. Number
Was
3,
there,
number 4.
was there, I mean, Akshay Kumar, of course, did so many Khilaris, international Khilaris and so on. Did you ever want a BV number 2 to come your way?
Yeah, I'd love to. Like Hera Peri 2, 3, 10, 20, whatever.
Well, we hope the directors are listening.
I hope so. Send them a recording of this interview.
Do you ever feel you got typecast because of or labeled as the, you know, the thinking person's actor and, you know, someone who was obviously exploring beyond what was sort of narrow, stereotypical mainstream Bollywood cinema?
I think people will put a tag that's convenient for them to use on you, you know, rather than what you really are, because you really are so many different people and you're doing so many different roles, and really as an actor you're just doing what you're getting to do, you know. If you're doing 4 comic characters, then you become a comic actor. If you're doing 4 sad films, you become a tragedy queen. So it's
Do you think that's sort of been a problem for you at all?
No.
You know, being
I mean,
being
I've-
labeled a particular way.
No. I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with that.
Totally okay being a tragedy queen.
I'm totally okay with being whoever I am, and people are okay with calling me whatever label they want to. But
Do you ever
I'm not
wonder
affected.
whether certain roles pass you by? Because you know, there could be directors out there who think, oh, Tabu would never do a role like that. Tabu does serious cinema, does sort of, you know, these very intellectual roles.
No.
Does that
They
ever
don't
happen?
think that. They think that if they come to me with even less than the best role in the film, she will not do it. Whether it's comic or whatever. So give her the best role in the film or she'll refuse it. That's a myth they have about me.
Are you saying it's a myth?
It's a complete myth.
so
Depends on my mood also.
So a tiny comic part in the next Rohit Shetty film would be acceptable.
Golmaal 4.
Golmaal 4, okay.
Sure.
Fantastic. We can't ask for anything more. Thank you very much indeed, Tabu, for
Thank you. It's
answering
been
all
great.
our questions.
You've been a great audience. You sat patiently and listened to me. I don't know if I made sense, but thank you for not getting up and leaving.